Hi everybody, welcome back to the beautiful Sipsco coast. Look, it's a sunny day. You can just about see the tanned color of the water being polluted in Tandong Bay from this vantage point. Incredible stuff. We're back. We're back in the Sipsco coast. We were pretty busy last time making a, well, I was going to say memorial or commemorative. I love that word. Sort of big O. We made a big O, and look, we can dramatically zoom into it and see if people are enjoying it. They seem to be. People are enjoying walking on this elevated pedestrian walkway so that they could get to like Nerd Central over here. So where all the geeks do all their number crunching and stuff. You have this like really nice drive around the big O, which is like the sort of center point for Donutsville. And we sort of set up the almost like city limits of Donutsville, if you like. Donutsville will probably encompass the rest of this area and here, stretch right up to the highway, and then it'll just be sort of cordoned off by highway on this side, a main road that goes up through here somewhere, possibly, and then, of course, a nice line of trees and stuff to keep everybody happy. Excellent. The Big O! So let's get to work. We are going to hopefully make some sort of progress today in completing Donutsville once and for all. And I'm not saying that it'll be done forever, because there's a good chance that it won't actually be done forever. But we'll be at least at a point where we can say we don't need to work on it for a little while now. And I think that'll be good. And then we can come back to it and improve it later. Okay, fine. We'll stick with this sort of theme of having these like arterial roads coming through. We might have to just like swap out a bit of this highway because I think that there's a pillar at least in the way. And we want it to go through and underneath and connect up to this whatever other neighborhood we're going to put on the other side. Because it's likely to be a neighborhood or maybe an industrial estate or something. So we can quite easily do that. Just connect it up like this. Have the highway stretch back over so that the pillars don't interfere too much. And if we need it, we can have like an on-ramp and an off-ramp and stuff if the traffic isn't too bad. Let's go into like hyperspeed as well, because hyperspeed is great, isn't it? Look, you can see the whole city just hustling and bustling behind there. It's fantastic. Great. Okay, so we've got, we now have like these big sort of main roads that take you into these various sections of Donutsville, and it all centers around now the Big O. I feel like we've done Donutsville a really good service here. I feel like it looks great. And then we have to unlock this block here as well because, of course, Donutsville isn't going to be able to stretch out into it. But I think we're nearing like a population milestone again pretty soon. So once we place a whole bunch more residential in here and get it all built up and stuff, it should be fine. Great. All right. So we want to have, we don't have like windy roads, or do we want to have like a nice sort of like little grid area within Donutsville for residential? I feel like, yeah, I'm up for making a grid today, actually. So let's do it. We're going to have like an entrance in sort of here, I think. And then it can stretch around to like here. We'll leave a little bit of a gap so that the houses aren't right on the... Oh, we might have to move that cemetery as well. But that's okay. We can do that. We'll stretch that over to here. And then I think what we can do is... Actually, no. If we stretch it to like, say, here, we can go up like this. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's like right along the highway, and we can have some trees and stuff to separate it. And, of course, it's a nice place for people to chuck all of their garbage into as well. When they're sick of having garbage in their car, they're just furious driving down the highway, and they just think, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm going to chuck all of this garbage out of my car right now into those trees down there without a care in the world. And the people that live here are just going to be like, you know what? Fine. That's fine. We can accept that. As a society together, we've come to the point where, yes, that's acceptable. We've placed these trees here just for that purpose. If you're sick of having garbage in your car for whatever reason, maybe just like old Happy Meal bags or whatever, just get rid of it. Just chuck it into one of these trees. It's fine. Let Mother Nature take over. Oh my God. I'm not sure about this, actually. I'm sort of almost starting to bitterly regret this decision. But... We'll stay with it anyway, just for now. Okay, so that'll go straight there. So there's like a little bit of a... Well, I don't know. It almost looks like half of a coffin or something, doesn't it? I mean, that would be like a nice place to actually put the graveyard when you think about it. The two are related. We're going to have to empty out this cemetery before we can actually move it. So let's empty it out. We'll send all of the dead bodies to like the various burners around the city and stuff. That'll be fine. And then we're just going to have to work around it for now. Even though we are going to move it, we'll have to just work around it just for now. So I think if we just sort of put a road up to there, and then we probably want like another road that goes straight through. Okay, we're gonna have to like do something with this too. It's gonna have to come out to here, I think. It can come down like this, I think, and then it can connect up down there once that cemetery's gone. And then we'll just have like some makeshift sort of, oh god, no, don't curve like that. Okay, no, that's fine. Perfect. Okay, great. So we have something like that. We can have something like this, like going across, and we want to make like as much use of the space as possible. We're going to really pack them in. This is going to be like the sort of like workers' quarters of Donutsville. So like you have all of like the fancy like soccer moms and stuff who live like in this section of Donutsville, living it up, you know, with their like recreational use, and they've got like pretty sweet access to like Nerd Central here where they go to work every day and stuff like that. And then in here we're gonna have all of like the grizzled sort of blue collar workers, you know, like the guys that like drive like machines and diggers and stuff like that. Most of them are gonna like go and work like out here, I guess, and they're just gonna like, I don't know, swear a lot and just like listen to like a lot of Van Halen on their way up there and stuff. It's gonna be great, and we have to make a nice neighborhood for them that sort of like fits that style of that lifestyle, I suppose. So we have to make sure that we sort of stay true to the spirit of Van Halen, or something. I don't know. How do you do that? How do I stay true to the spirit of Van Halen inside a video game that has nothing to do with Van Halen? I have no idea. But this neighborhood is starting to shape up. Okay, great. We're going to have like another sort of entrance, I think, here. Another way in. And then we'll connect it up sort of down here too, so that people have ways in and out of this neighborhood. They've got options. And they can also maybe go out this way too. Do you think that that's too many intersections? I mean, the traffic's not going to be too bad around here, I don't think. That is quite a severe turn, actually. Okay, great. And then we can maybe even have like an elevated pedestrian path from the Big O to connect up to this neighborhood as well, particularly if people want to. Oh, in a way, actually, I'm like kind of tempted to leave this here because I think it looks quite nice, actually. Like, especially if we make it like sort of like this. Like, that's quite nice, isn't it? And then we can have it sort of come to here, possibly. What's in the... Oh, distance is too short, I see. Okay, distance is too short still? It really is too short, actually. Okay, fine. And then... Yeah, I kind of like that, actually. I thought I was going to be mad at myself at first, but no, I'm going to keep that. I think that looks great. All right, we don't have like an awful lot of demand for residential, but we're just sort of like laying a framework here, right? Because eventually there will be demand for residential, and in this case, we'll have demand for blue-collar, Van Halen listening to workers as well. They're all going to move in here and they're going to have like a ripping good time. It's going to be fantastic. And it's also going to sort of expand out Donutsville. We probably want to get some more in here as well. But before we do that, let's actually sort of zone this up so that when people are ready to actually move in, they can. And look, it's a little bit uneven. Well, this one, not so much, actually. Look, at these ones in the middle are absolutely fine. These ones, too. I'm going to just pack in a whole bunch of houses. I mean, we could have made this high density as well. And it's not too late. We can always come back and make it high density after. And that might be nice, actually. And then we have, like, these little houses here so that they don't actually connect straight up to the road. We want to make sure that none of these connect up either. These are just going to be, like one houses. They're just going to be, like, little sort of small row houses, kind of like in Baltimore, like on the show The Wire. Have you ever seen that show before? That's what we're kind of going for here. We want just like a whole sort of grid of row houses, well, at least along there. And look, they're probably all going to look the exact same when they're actually built. Look, they're just springing up now. What does this even look like? Oh, it's like a little shack, the beach residence. It's a low-density residential building. 1 out of 1 households. Hey, look, the neighborhood is springing up already. Look at these fancy people. Got like a little umbrella there and like a deck chair. And what's that, a little doghouse? Oh, shit. I wonder if we'll see the little dog come out. And then maybe we can follow him around in first-person mode. I don't know if you can follow a dog around in first-person mode, actually. We'll have to try that out after. Okay, great. Fine. So, while that is building, we can maybe think about possibly extending Nerd Central here. And that might not be like such a bad idea, actually. We can just like expand it down to here or so. Just like add another module to it. We can maybe make this like the Ministry of, I don't know, Star Wars or something, I guess. They come in here and they just discuss Star Wars all day long or something like that. Is that something that you think that these people would like to do in Donutsville? Or do you think they're strictly donuts? They just want to talk about donuts all day, every day, and the sort of technicalities behind donuts and how to make money off donuts and stuff like that. I feel like that might be the case, actually. Okay, great. Let's get in and do some tree planting. So we'll get some trees planted just in here so that when people are enjoying their sort of pedestrian walk off of that ramp, off of the sort of outskirts of the Big O, they're greeted with a lot of trees because it's important. We're just going to line some here as well. Look at that. So when they walk off, they think that they're still in the woods, but then they get out into civilization. They're like, oh no, it's just like that movie, Walk Like a Man, with Howie Mandel, when he's just like born in the wilderness and he acts like a wolf, and the first time he walks into civilization he just starts going a little bit crazy because he can't handle it because he was raised by wolves out in the wilderness or whatever. I'm not saying that everybody that lives around here is at all like Howie Mandel or indeed was raised by a pack of wolves or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, if you were, this whole situation here would probably lend itself quite well to what happened in that movie, and you could almost like roleplay and recreate it if you were that way inclined. I think that would be fun. All right, so we got all of our policies in the Big O. There's recreational use. There's like some sort of park booster. There's no pets allowed, and there's smoke detectors as well, I think. I mean, do we want to make this like a sub-district of Donutsville and just call it like Nerd Central or whatever? So all the office people come here to get their nerd on in a major way, or not really. We'll have to think about that one, I think. Okay, fine. In the meantime, we will make I guess we'll make like an intersection here because we want to like sort of fill this up with residential in here as well. Maybe go for something similar to what we did over the way with like grids and stuff. We'll just have like a little sort of bendy bit. Oh, that's not quite straight. Okay, we'll take the old grid snapping off so that we can get it sort of straight. And then it can come down here. It can like come down to here, I suppose, or maybe even a little bit further. And then we can just sort of fill the space. Look, it's going to come right to here because we're going to get that block eventually. And then we'll be able to use it. It's a little bit too close, I think, actually. Okay, fine. Perfect. Well, I say perfect. It's like almost perfect. Okay, we'll get it to like here. Make sure that it's straight. We need to make sure that it's straight and snapped as well. And then it can come down to like here-ish. We want a little bit of space in between. And then it can come to like here, and then it can just sort of follow the way up. Okay, perfect. I'm quite happy with that, actually. Good old Donutsville. God, it's getting huge now. It's fantastic. Okay, great. So we'll have something that goes up like this, possibly, and connects up to in here. And it's not like quite straight, but I think it's probably okay for now. We're going to have to fill up the space in here, and we'll make like a little sort of like, I don't know, like a neighbor's style. It's like a, what do they call these? A cul-de-sac? We'll call it, we'll just call it that for now. We'll call it a cul-de-sac, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right or if that's even a thing. Okay, fine. And then we'll fill it up like on the side here. We'll just get like a whole bunch of roads up like this. And then, fuck, no, not like that. I totally misclicked there. We'll get it like this up. No, we want it like here, I think. So that it's like kind of straight, the rest of it. Well, as straight as it can be anyway. Straight. Oh, God, okay, straight. Man, I've got like an eye for these spacings. I don't even know how I'm doing this. Like that, and then we can like fill in these ones at the end here. We want to make it like as much use of the space as possible. But we'll have like some little gaps in between. It's probably fine. Okay, great. Oh, look at that. That's looking fantastic. Okay, so we can shove a whole bunch more residential in there. We can get some windy roads in behind here as well so that it fits. We can connect up this neighborhood too. Let's try to connect this neighborhood up like this or whatever. I mean, they all are part of the same neighborhood. This neighborhood is just like expanding like crazy now. There's a lot of new people trying to move in. Look, there's a lot of young families living in Donutsville, living the dream, doing all that they can do, being all that they can be, living in Donutsville. thinking about donuts all the time, thinking about like sprinkle technology and ways to ice and glaze those donuts up. Thinking about Timbits as well. They're always thinking about Timbits. And just generally living like this really cushy, nice life. Okay, great. We're going to use up all of this space too. We're going to try to get this like up in here as much as we can along this part of the highway. We're not going to build houses like really close to the highway because we'll probably line it with trees because it looks a little bit better. But this can like connect up into here, I suppose. We need some parks and stuff. And we could probably do with having just like a little sort of... I was going to say it could be like a dead end, but actually, I think it can just connect like that. That should be fine. And then this can be like another sort of little cul-de-sac. We're making another cul-de-sac. Okay, great. Cul-de-sac number 2. Complete. Great. That's excellent. Okay, fine. So we've used up pretty much all of the space allocated to Donutsville. And Donutsville, hopefully now, will be sort of like in its final form. And that is, of course, a form of a beautiful butterfly that has just blossomed out of its cocoon after years and years of like hibernating and morphing into its final form. Donutsville is the exact same. It's all piped up now and ready to go. It's got enough power. How are we doing for like electricity and stuff? We got a lot of electricity available, which is fantastic. We got quite a bit of water. Sewage treatment we could do with a bit more as well, actually. Gosh, we need some more water. I can't believe it. It's just like constant out here. We need to... Do we need to maybe add some more like water pumps into... I think this is where they were originally. Look at this. Okay, fine. You're getting your water pumps back. I know I took them away before Satansville, but look, you're getting them back now. They don't have like as far to go. Even though they can just turn the tap on, the people of Satansville feel like that's too advanced for them. So they actually like to come to the water pump itself and use buckets to transport water back to their houses so they can do their rituals and their dancing and chanting and all of that kind of stuff with water, satanic water being sprinkled all over the... Wow. Holy shit, look at this. Like, it looks like partly New York and then partly like... a potato field in Idaho or something. It's just like half of New York and then across the street, some sort of potato field. There's just nothing here. It looks hilarious. I feel like we need to get a first-person view of this. And I feel like the best way to do that is going to be to follow Stephanie Brown. All right, Stephanie, it's your time to shine. Let's get a first-person view of this part of the city. So this is like... Oh... Okay, Stephanie Brown went into work here at Trident Accounting, which is a shame, actually. We were just coming up to, like, this nice part of the town that we wanted to look at, but Stephanie Brown, of course... Well, maybe we get it from across the road. Look at this, Julie Lee. All right, Julie Lee might be the one for us. Oh, Julie, look at this view. So we got Bagelsville in the distance there. Satansville is just on the side here. And, of course, we're approaching, like, mini New York City. There's some sort of old man that we're just going to... It's Colonel Sanders. Oh, she actually avoided him, too. They didn't just, like, sort of osmose through each other. Oh, this is fantastic. Julie Lee is just, like, having a nice stroll. She's admiring all of the garbage trucks and police cars that are coming out of Satansville. I guess those garbage trucks are just filled with, like, remains of sacrifices, and the police are just there to sort of make sure that everything stays kosher or whatever. Oh, my God. Look at this. Julie Lee is a Satanist. And she's entering Satansville, and we're witnessing it all in first person, in glorious first person. Wow, look at that. That looks fantastic. Holy shit. I never even thought to enjoy Satansville like this. Oh, she's just going for a little stroll on this part. Oh, I see what she's doing. She's pretending that she lives in Satansville, but actually she's taking this cleverly designed path, by me, of course, into Bagelsville now. Holy shit, we're getting like a whole city tour courtesy of Julie Lee. Julie Lee seems to prefer just walking around instead of driving, I guess. She's got like an awful long way to go. It doesn't seem to bother. Hey, look, there's just like a random doghouse there. It doesn't seem to bug her at all. I guess maybe she's just like into like staying in shape and getting fit and saying hi to every grandma and grandpa. Oh, there she goes. She's gone. Okay, so where the hell did she go? Oh, I see. She's here. Oh my god, okay, so we went here and we went up this off. That's fantastic. Holy crap, that is awesome. Okay, great. Oh shit, that's so cool. Alright, well, we need to carry on planning this out. Well, and when I say planning, I mean we just got to like fill it with houses now. Even though most of these houses won't build, they're probably not ready because there's not so much demand for residential. We'll rectify that probably shortly, or maybe even next time, depending on how things go. Because we need some more commercial and we need some more offices as well. I don't know if we just need offices or if we need like just a ton of random industry or whatever, but that whole industrial sector over there is going to need to be fixed at some point. And we definitely want to get like lots of industry in there. We want to fix the roads and stuff, make sure that it's working as well as it can. Probably get like a little like cargo yard in there and get like a local sort of cargo freight shipping network so that we can take some of those industrial trucks off the highways and relieve some of the congestion and stuff. I don't think the traffic is too bad right now. I mean, it's pretty heavy, but it's not like actually slowing down an awful lot, except for here. Let's just pretend I didn't say that and let's ignore the fact that that's happening. But all in all, I think it's okay. I mean, stretches of the highway are seldomly used actually, and I think it's because of all the crazy on and off ramps that we built and stuff. But for now, I think we're probably okay. Oh, look, there's a bit of wasted space in here too that we need to see too. Look, there's like just a little tiny bit of wasted space. We're not all about wasted space. In fact, we could probably connect that up. That should be fine. And we could probably also demolish this person's house, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy style, and just get some more stuff in here and maybe even make an intersection, which is of course a big no-no, but I think in a residential area it's probably absolutely fine. All right, great. We also need to get a lot of houses in here, and we'll come back through here and add services and like tart it up with some nice trees and some other stuff. We probably need some form of like school in here somewhere and some other crap, and we'll of course separate out Nerd Central from the rest of the residential area with trees as well. Because even though I don't think these offices make like noise pollution or anything like that, people don't want to wake up and just be faced with the corporate beast. You know, you don't want to wake up in the morning, look out your window and just be like, oh crap, look, it's Microsoft's office. You know, I use Windows all the time. You know, now I have to wake up in the morning and all I see is like Bill Gates out there on his Segway just like laughing his head off because he's rich as hell and stuff. And like, I don't want to see that every day. I don't want to be reminded that Bill Gates is like some massive success and like I just work there, and I don't want to see where I work and stuff. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to provide them with some strategically placed trees so that when they wake up, they can see trees and they don't have to think of Bill straight away, because I think that that's actually not very nice. Oh shit, there's a metro station there too. Totally forgot about that. Okay, great. And we'll get some offices in here as well. And of course with the tree thing as well and the Bill Gates. Crap. Oh jeez. That is fantastic. Donutsville's looking nice. I think we just need to like fill in these edges a little bit with some stuff. I'm not quite sure what yet. And there's also the Mafia's moved back in for whatever reason. Why have the Mafia moved back in here? Look, they never give up. Look at this, with their illegal gas stations everywhere. I hope nobody's actually stopping to use any of these gas stations, because I'm going to get the cops on them so fast, they're not even going to know what's hit them. Alright, perfect. Well, they will know. It'll be the cops, but still. Alright, I think we need to expand this out a little bit now, too. Because this is now part of Donutsville. This isn't part of Donutsville. But this road probably is actually part of Donutsville. So we'll go over that with like the smaller one after. But for now, we'll just say that Donutsville has to look after at least that on and off ramp. Needs to look after all of this stuff because it's part of Donutsville. And then, of course, the new Dongle 2.0 and the Big O are not part of Donutsville strictly. They're their own little sort of like islands of solidarity and solitude out here in this crazy, crazy world. Excellent. Okay, so we should get lots of houses in. We've done it. Look, we've done it. We've managed to unlock the harbor, the cargo harbor as well, and we got the new square that we need to complete Donutsville, and we can now make ships because we have 30,000 people. Holy crap. I can't believe it. Sipsco Coast's getting huge. All right, fine. We want to purchase this one. Kablam. We've done it. We've got it. There. We can actually, like, finish this highway now, too. All right, we'll do that quick. And then we'll do the industrial stuff probably next time. All right, great. So we want, like, a Pretzel Balls junction here, I think. And this seems to be, like, the sort of choice amongst people that have been watching this series. A lot of people suggested that, hey, Sips, you need another Pretzel Balls junction. You need to have it so that people have, like, an easier way to get into Donutsville. And why not, right? We're going to do it. We're going to add it right here. ish, sorta. I have to like line it up properly. And we might, the slope is too steep apparently. Why is this slope too steep? We can only build it up here apparently, or maybe back here somewhere, somehow. Oh, okay, it can go here. Oh, I see. Is it just because of the angle that it's on? Oh, okay, fine. All right, it might be a bit messy, but I think we can just about do it. Okay. All right, that'll do, pig. Great. In the famous words of Babe and the farmer from Babe, that Pretzel Balls Junction will do, Babe. Okay, excellent. Great. Did he actually call him Babe, actually? I'm not even sure. Okay. Well, let's just assume that for now he did actually refer to him as Babe regularly. And I will continue placing these much-needed highways. And then, of course, just kind of... Does that look okay? You know what? In a weird sort of way, it does. We're going to line up this one better, though. Okay, fine. So, we've got like a brand new Pretzel Balls Junction, which is actually pretty exciting. I mean, it's been a while since we ripped the last one out. So, we're going to have to do something crazy, like probably this. But it works, okay? And then we're also going to do something crazy on this side. And just sort of connect it up like that. Whew. And we have to connect it up on this side too. Okay, we might have to delete some of this road, but it's going to work. And we're going to have sound barriers in and everything. And so when some of these trucks are going like Mach 10 down the highway, none of the people in Donutsville will ever be able to hear them. Wonderful. Okay, let's just upgrade some of these roads with sound barriers, the ones that don't have them yet. So like all the way through Pretzel Balls Junction 2.0, I guess. It's like a new Pretzel Balls Junction. A new Pretzel Balls Junction for a new era of the city. Look at this. We're going to get all the way down here too. Maybe even like upgrade all of Quad Balls Junction with sound barriers. Because of course we don't want like a lot of noise here. Like, you know, we were just describing the fact that Donutsville is going to be filled with people who are just starting like a, you know, a new fresh life. Look at these people are already pretty happy. Starting a new fresh, nice life where they're going to be taking their kids to like soccer games all the time. And, oh shit, that's just reminded me actually. You know what we can do? You guys are going to be amazed by this. Just as I'm talking about a soccer field, I think I actually have a soccer field somewhere in here. I do. Look at that. Public soccer field. We've now got a public soccer field. It's almost ready to go. We just have to find somewhere where it'll fit. It might have to go back here somewhere. Or can it fit in here? Oh, okay, it's going to fit in here. All right, we just need to get rid of this one road. And we're going to shove it in here. And we're going to make a nice park at the end here. Wonderful. Okay, great. So now that is the new sales pitch for Donutsville. Hey, do you like donuts and do you like soccer? Because this is the place for you. Look at that. We've got a brand new Quad Balls or Pretzel Balls Junction that we just created, complete with sound barriers. That's right. New sound barriers fitted so that when you're enjoying a soccer game and you're shoving a donut right into your mouth, down your throat and stuff, you don't have to worry. You can still enjoy it and you won't hear a single car drive by, even though this is a very, very busy city and there's lots of stuff happening in it all the time, and it's unrealistic to expect that there's never going to be any noise. But it can happen because, hey, I want to become the mayor, so I'll say anything. Vote for me. That's it. That's my campaign slogan for mayor of, well, Sipsco Coast, but also all of Donutsville too. It's like is there like a sub-mayor or like assistant mayor or something like that? Like, can Donutsville have its own mayor? Or is that not really a thing? Do you think it just gets too complicated at that point? I feel like it might. Alright, great. So we've got a soccer field now. We'll make that all into park and stuff. I'm just sort of like shoving roads, well, here, there, and everywhere here. I don't even think that needs to be there, actually. I think it's fine to have a little gap in between. And then some houses around there. So we'll fill this all up with houses. And then we can set to beautifying it with, like, paths. We'll get some pedestrian paths in. We might connect some of this up to, like, the big O and everything. We'll line the highway with trees and everything as well. Make it look all splendid. We'll get some houses in here too, because why not, right? We've got the sound barriers. We can just get a whole bunch of houses in here. Some like nice Baltimore-style row houses in here too, with some trees behind for people to chuck all of their garbage into from their cars. Stuff is gonna be great. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do this. Okay, great. And then more row houses all the way up here, and then some there too. Holy crap. We didn't actually want to add a whole bunch of houses in here. The last thing we want is our new Donutsville soccer field to be surrounded by houses. No, it's got to be trees and like other stuff. Excuse me, please. Can you get out of here? Come on. All right, fine. We'll help them. Okay. And also we want to call this one the new Donutsville public soccer place. Public soccer. Okay. New Donutsville public soccer. Fantastic. Oh, man. Okay, fine. Great. Well, hey, look at this. The whole neighborhood is sprung up too. All right. So we just need to get in here. We need some services. We need some beautification and stuff like that. And then we're good. It's taken a little while, but I think it's worth it. Look, Donutsville is looking fantastic. Look at that. It's nestled in between these two highways that we've now hooked up and stuff. I'll probably add another one of these further down here to connect up Bagelsville and Satonsville. We can maybe even have like a scenic highway that goes along the coast or something that connects up into downtown Clowntown. Might be nice. We'll have to see. We can also connect up the highway. Well, we don't even really need to, actually. We've got the on-ramps and the off-ramps here and these like arterial roads. Should be fine. Great. Okay. I'll go into like super... Oh, look at that. Oh, it's coming along really well. It's going to be nice. And once this is like all full cars and everything as well, presto, it's going to be fantastic. Great. All right. Well, as usual, thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode, which will be soon. I'm not going to leave like big gaps in between these episodes anymore because I'm getting back into playing cities because I haven't been streaming it as much recently. So I need to get my fix somehow. Sipsco Coast is the answer. It's going to be fantastic. We got to fix the industry. We'll do that. We're going to make like cargo trains and everything. We'll do all that. There's still so much to come and so much to unlock and build in this city. We still have like tons of squares to unlock and everything. We're going to make Sipsco Coast huge and it's going to look fantastic. It's going to be great. Excellent. All right. Well, as usual, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.